What do we got? What is next?
Next one, the Venomfangx's, the top 3 atheist arguments.
Okay.
You're gonna destroy atheism real quick.
Life is full of tough decisions.
No, it's not.
I've got this very bright light in my face, so I need to decide if I'm going to go with the classic.
Is life really full of tough decisions? I mean, there's definitely tough decisions in life, but for most people, I would say that's a kind of an occasional thing, you know.
No, it's filled. TJ.
Do I pull Dad's life support or not? You know, that's like a tough decision.
Hey, paper or plastic?
Most
is a tough
days,
decision.
it's kind of just like, you know, what do I have for breakfast? You know, what shirt am I gonna wear?
Are you saying that's not a tough decision for you, TJ? Are you really gonna like play this game? That's not.
I
tough
guess
for
the
you?
shirt thing can be tough.
There you go. You know, you probably spent an hour before deciding what shirt you're gonna wear.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put one shirt on and I'll be like, this is not right. This is not the shirt for today. And I'll feel really
So you do acknowledge that life is definitely filled with tough decisions.
Tough decisions.
There. Okay.
He's gonna put his glasses on, so we should almost. I wish we had the fucking what's that show where the guy puts on the glass and they go, ah! You know, I don't know. That crime show. Ah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
CSI Miami, where they do the Who at the beginning.
Yeah, fucking yeah. See, so as soon as he puts those on, you got to do that.
All right.
He's gonna do it. So
people are saying we've already played this one.
I'm gonna go with,
what should we do?
People are saying we've already played this one.
I don't think so.
Even if we did, whatever, we're going to play it again.
Well, we ain't played it with fucking Paul, so fuck you guys.
And we get drunk, so we don't always remember what we've already played.
Yeah, and who cares?
the Neos. Let me know in the comment section which you prefer.
This music is from a movie. I don't know what the movie is.
It sounds like The Exorcist.
Yeah, The Exorcist.
Oh, it's The Exorcist?
I think it is from The Exorcist.
I think it might actually.
I thought it was from Death Note.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't play it for that reason, actually. But I guess if he got away with it, we probably can.
Who knows if he got away with it, though.
Oh, that's true.
But I didn't see it marked on his video description, so...
Okay.
Now, another decision I had to make today was what are the top 3 most common or the absolute best arguments that atheists use? They rely upon these whenever you have a meaningful conversation with them. And so I thought it was incumbent upon me to respond to these, what I felt were these
totally
most common
dog.
arguments.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, I was telling you it's Death Note.
Yeah,
it's Death Note. Death Note, that's what it is. Yeah. Top 3 atheist arguments. Motherfucker.
Argument number 3. The problem of divine hiddenness.
Okay.
This question is sometimes phrased like this. Where is God?
Heaven?
Why can't I see him?
Because he's too far away.
Why don't I
because
have
he's invisible and unmeasurable and untestable.
Well, he's in another dimension called heaven.
He's in heaven.
Right.
You can only go there if you die. Come on.
You'll see him then. Then you'll have all the proof you need.
not Paul. Paul's going to hell. Teacher, come on.
Oh yeah, well I've already purchased my ticket directly to hell. So
yeah, I mean, yeah.
The devil will embrace you as a friend.
Form of sensory perception of God. When you phrase the question like that, the answer becomes readily apparent. Man only has 5 senses, some argue 6, but the point is
Actually, we have a shit ton of senses.
Yeah,
that 5 senses
totally
shit
wrong.
is like totally out of date.
We have 5 senses and that's all. It's like, how do you know you're tired?
senses are limited
that's my
to
sense
the
of smell
material
that
realm.
I'm tired.
Now, God creating the material realm would have to be, by definition, outside of or transcend the material realm, and so expecting a sensory perception of God defies the very nature of
God
what
could reveal
God
himself
is.
at any time.
Yeah,
if he so choose to.
If you read the Bible, he's all up in that bitch. I mean, he's talking to people. He even haggles with fucking Abraham at one point. Like, Abraham's like, will you spare Sodom and Gomorrah if there's 50 good people there? Yeah. How about if there's 45? I guess. How about if there's 40? Sure. How about if there's 35? All right. How about if there's 20? All right, that's it, though. If there's fucking 19, that motherfucker's getting obliterated. You know, so, you know, people were talking to God and haggling with God and arguing with fucking God and wrestling with angels and all kinds of shit. So what does this argument make sense? Like, oh, God, to have perception of God in the material realm, you know, that's a crazy expectation. It's like, not according to the Bible, it's not.
No.
Yeah. Not according to all of the history recorded in the Bible. Like, there's talking donkeys and talking snakes and all kinds of absurdities, water turning into wine and people walking on water. Not one of these things has been demonstrated to be possible.
Except for, you know, through magic tricks and shit.
Well, yeah, but like those are all, you know, tricks. Nobody's ever walked on water or turned water into wine. Never happened.
I wish I could. Save me a lot of money.
But no, but it would be virgin wine, TJ, remember?
Yeah. Oh, right.
No alcohol.
That's true. That's true. Virgin wine.
Yeah. I had someone who tried to tell me that, you know, the Bible says that drinking isn't good and that Christianity is against drinking. And then I was like, well, didn't Jesus turn water into wine and encourage people to drink at the wedding or whatever that he was at when that happened in the Bible? And they said, well, that's virgin wine. I'm like, okay, so why does the Bible just say it's like grape juice or whatever? They turn water into grape juice. How is it wine? I don't recall.
It was non-alcoholic wine, Ben. It was a sparkling grape cider at best.
So why'd the Bible leave that part out?
Well, I just wanted to be confusing.
Those fucks.
That's just an incorrect.
Test your faith, Ben.
You're just interpreting it incorrectly. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, all wine was virgin back then,
Yes.
Ben. All wine was virgin. There was people didn't even know what alcoholic wine was at that time.
No clue.
No clue whatsoever. No one would drink wine if it didn't get you drunk. I mean, like, it tastes okay, I guess, after you acquire the taste.
I think it's good with like certain types of food.
Right.
It goes pretty well.
But no, I don't think anyone would just drink that, or like, you know, if it was just like, yeah, this is just a beverage, cool, refreshing glass of wine. I don't know. Maybe they would, but I don't think so.
It's sort of like, do you look inside of Hamlet to find Shakespeare? Is Shakespeare confined to his work?
Oh,
well,
he is now.
In Shakespeare's grave at Stratford-upon-Avon, England, and that's where you find what remains of Shakespeare. In his fucking grave.
I mean, I would say that Shakespeare is contained within his works at this point. I mean, like, as best as he exists in any form, his mind exists in those books. That's how we know who he is and anything about his personality.
I think they did discover that he probably smoked weed.
Cool.
Of course,
I knew pretty much he's creative. Of course, he was doing drugs.
Yeah.
Artists tend to do drugs, not always, but usually.
Work of God, the work of his hands, as the psalmist says, we understand that God is outside of the universe which he created. The creator is not inside of his creation unless he chooses to manifest himself in a way that we can.
So that brings us right back to the question of why doesn't he choose to do so?
Right.
You gotta have faith.
But I mean, if that's the excuse that we have to have faith, why didn't all those people in the Old and New Testament need to have faith for him to personally come and say, I'm real, guys? What's up?
Well, they did, TJ. They had faith as well.
People are saying we did this in episode 139. Cool. Watch episode 139 after this and let us know how it compared.
Yeah, let us know if we did it better this time.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks
for the help.
Perceive with our senses. We seem to have an expectation that if God is real and if God loves us, then he would want to communicate with us or relate to us in a way that is tangible to us, given our limitations of sensory perception. Wouldn't God want to manifest himself to us so that we could both know that he exists as well as have a genuine relationship with him?
Right.
And so, let's recognize for a moment that it is a human desire to have that kind of experience. And so I'd like to think of it sort of like hunger.
Cheese, apparently.
The reason we get hungry is, yes, our
That's another sense, by the way. The sense of hunger.
Yep.
body needs sustenance, but there is a corresponding reality to our hunger. That is, there is food to satisfy that desire, that hunger. And so if we recognize in ourselves a desire to experience the divine, to have a relationship with the divine, perhaps we should more carefully look at both our desire as well as the corresponding...
Okay, that's terrible. That's just fucking terrible. I mean, he's saying that because we have hunger for food and food actually exists, therefore anything we desire must be real. And if we desire for God to prove himself, that's because we know there is a God. So that in itself is proof that God is real. That's stupid. I mean, there's plenty of things you could desire that you're never going to have.
I desire to ride a dragon.
Exist. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I desire to, you know, shake Abraham Lincoln's hand. Does that mean time travel is must exist because I have the desire to do that? Why would I have the desire if it was impossible to do? I have the desire to fly around like Superman. Apparently that must be possible.
To be teleported instantaneously into Kanye and Kim's bedroom and slap her on her rump real quick and then teleported right back here.
Yeah.
I have that desire. Is that ever going to happen for me? No.
Maybe.
Bitch, is you a hobbit? Is you a hobbit, bitch?
She's not a hobbit. Hobbits don't have that much junk in the trunk. Let's be real.
How do you know?
I know. I watched the.
Have you fucked a hobbit, TJ?
No, but I watched those. I watched those damn stupid Peter
Hobbit
Jackson
porn.
movies, and none of them were that.
He watched Hobbit porn where like they have like big like hairy feet.
Oh yeah,
and shit.
Oh yeah, man, he does.
Reality to it. And so ask yourself this question: how is it that God could manifest himself to us, and has God manifested himself to us? Is there any worldview, any philosophy, any religion that claims that God has manifested himself, and explained by what mechanism he has done that?
Yeah.
Now, of course, the God of the Bible provides both a means, a mechanism, as well as a historical person who was the incarnation of God. I'm talking about Jesus Christ, of course. You see, the desire to see God, the Bible calls this the image of God.
We should get him back on again.
Yeah, I'd like to ask him about something.
Yeah, we had him on once.
Yeah. You guys have more patience than I do.
I know.
That's why we need to get him on a Friday.
You don't know. No.
Yeah.
He would leave.
I have nothing nice to say to him.
I don't care.
He'll leave.
We want. Let him leave.
Get him on then. Fuck it.
Yeah. Just don't curse, and he can't really leave.
Yeah. If
that's his excuse for leaving.
You can get passionate about what you're saying, but cursing for some reason, that's just too far. That's just too far.
Whatever.
Every time you curse.
I can be passionate without cursing. That's fine.
Angel loses its wings.
Just tear his ass apart.
I just hate it. You know what? I hate it when grown fucking adults put stipulations like that on contact with other adults.
Look at him.
Here's this list of certain words that I just can't hear. It's like, what the fuck?
People
can
are
we
saying,
just be grown-ups together, you and I? Can we talk like dudes over a beer?
people in the chat are saying, fuck no, don't bring Venomfang back. Well, let's bring him back to talk to Paul. You guys are always saying, call Paul. Yeah, well,
you're saying better call Paul?
Paul is here on Fridays. Paul, we don't have Paul. Like, Paul isn't like on call 24/7 for us to just call like whenever.
Yeah.
So let's have Venomfangx'S on with Paul.
We'll try.
That would be
even if he'll only come on for a minute. It'd just be nice to hear what Paul has to say.
For 1 minute. It's like, how quickly could you get him to rage quit, basically?
Why don't you give us a preview of the sort of things you want to say to Venomfangx'S, Paul?
I honestly, I don't. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
I can't think of a single fucking thing that I want to say to Venomfangx's other than the fact that he's a huckster and a charlatan and a rogue of the night. And
a rogue of the night.
I don't know.
A scoundrel.
A scoundrel and a rapscallion.
And a scallywag, too.
A scallywag,
God has an image, and that image
I say let's move on.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's a
all right.
carpet-bagging piece of shit. Honestly, he's a fucking Hovenite, Like, who fucking cares?
Kent Hovind Jr.
Yeah, TJ cussed out the one Hovenite guy, Racer X. It was pretty amusing.
He was trying to do that language stipulation. We actually agreed to the language stipulation shit. and he still managed to piss me off.
Yep.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck him in the ass until.
All right, here's.